Today we're going to do a review of a little known program, I think, called Multi-Crew Experience. And I really didn't see any reviews, and I'm kind of surprised by it, of this program. And it's pretty neat. Now it has its flaws, but overall it's actually pretty nice. I use it in VR all the time. Alright, so let's get started. So this is the window of a program, which is, I don't use it at all. I don't look at it ever. I do not see it in VR, but it's totally irrelevant because it's all based on voice recognition. So you can just use it, well, I just use it for setting up some features that I want, changing certain options, right? There are certain callouts you can have your Copilot say. All kinds of options you can enable, disable, whatnot. Now, one important option I have is set up for numlock to disable voice recognition. And you can choose a joystick button for it. Now this is important because this multi-crew experience, I call it a Copilot program, is constantly listening to what you say. Okay, you cannot do push to talk. It's listening always. So it's important to be able to mute him. For example, if you talk to ATC, whether it be a VATSIM or any other software ATC, it's good to mute him so he doesn't end up doing stupid things, thinking that you're talking to him. And so like I said, some options here. We'll get to this one later. There is checklists that are available for this aircraft. Now again, you can make your own checklists. It's pretty easy. Maybe I get to it. Again, some ATC settings here. This is another setting here. This is for, like, if you this is actually also nice. That's what you use for ATC. When you talk on VATSIM or whatever, you can press this button, right? I have it set up to button number 1, and what it will do, it will mute the voice recognition in MC shortly. So this is actually the thing you want, but you do also want this one. You do also want to be able to mute it for a long time, because sometimes you don't want him to do anything, and if he always listens, then he can screw up anyways, or you're gonna say something to somebody, and so 2 ways to mute him, which I think are pretty important. Okay, so definitely this one. So this one is good. So when you talk to ATC, as long as you hold the button pressed, he will be muted, and he will not well, do whatever you think you're telling him, which you're not telling him anything anyways. There's some, you can set up what kind of a Copilot you want him to be. Okay, what is there? Aircraft location. Yes, some other things which I don't really use. So, but yeah, that's just my PC for whatever reason shows here. Good. Okay, and yeah, so that's pretty much for the software. Like I say, I just set it up once and I never use it after, except for when I want to do new comments with voice script. I'll do that. I'll show you what that is later. And checklists, you can also edit those. Okay, so as you can see here, it's actually muted right now. so that, you know, when I'm talking now to the mic, it doesn't want to do, decides that it wants to do whatever it thought I said. Okay, so let's put that window. I can actually hide it because there really is no reason for it to be here. And let's go to VR and I will show you kind of what it can do. Okay, so let's sit properly here because I am sitting on the headboard of a seat. So basically what it can do, unlike other Copilot software, he can move around all kinds of switches, you know, without any particular order. Okay, so at any time you can tell him to flip a switch and he will do it. Okay, it can also do certain pre-recorded flows, okay, which you can set up yourself. It comes with setup ones, but you can do them yourself as well. Now it works in the version that I have. It works in majority of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 aircraft. So for one price, you can do many aircraft for you. Okay, so let's do with switches. So unusual switches, for example. Okay, so you can set this for you. So okay, so I'm unmute him and
listening,
and I just tell him what to do. Set ND range 80.
Both ND illuminated.
I didn't understand what I said. ND range 80.
Confirm frequency. Okay, confirm.
So it can set ND range. ND range 80.
ND range set to 80 miles.
speech off,
Okay. That didn't start well. Okay, what happens here is when I'm recording, I guess it's computer using too many resources and he's just being stupid. Okay, and he misunderstands many things and just don't do them right. So let's try again here with some more buttons. I'm not gonna say nothing else, and let's hope he does them right.
listening,
ND range 20.
Nav display distance set to 20.
Strobe lights auto.
Strobe lights auto.
Beacon light on.
Beacon lights turned on.
Beacon lights off.
Beacon lights off.
IRS1 nav.
Confirm IRS1 knobs.
Yes.
Good. Inertial reference 1. Set to attitude reference.
Set IRS1 to navigation.
Confirm set IRS1 to navigation boss.
Yes.
Okay, Captain. Inertial reference 1. Set to nav.
speech off,
Okay, so there are certain commands that he will request confirmation, right? So by mistake you say during flight turn off all engines or whatever, he will ask you, are you sure you want me to do that? Okay, so and there are different ways to say it, so they program there a lot of ways to say it. You don't have to say pretty sensible ways, right? As you said, the first time I told him, he set it to ATT, hell knows why. But next time I said exactly what I wanted, he did it properly. So let's try a few more things there.
listening,
Set IRS1 off.
Confirm set IRS1 off.
Yes.
Good. Inertial reference 1. Set to off.
Set wipers slow.
Setting glare shield wipers to low.
Set wipers off.
Setting glare shield wipers to off.
Seatbelt sign on.
Seatbelt warning lights on.
Parking brake off.
Confirm parking brake on.
Yes.
Good. Parking brake released.
Set parking brake on.
Confirm parking brake on.
Yes.
Good. Parking brake set.
Speech off.
Now I'm not sure why he's asking for that confirmation. I don't think he did, but well, maybe it might detect actually that oh, the airplane is just sitting like that. So are you sure you want to do that? I'm not sure why, but sometimes it doesn't ask for confirmation on that. Sometimes it does. Many of the things I'm gonna ask him to do right now is I've never really asked him, right? Because even though I have this program for over a year now, I many times didn't use it to its full extent. Okay, so let's ask him some more shit here.
Listening.
Taxi lights on.
Taxi lights activated.
Runway turn off lights on.
Turn off lights switched on.
No smoking sign on.
No smoke lights switched on.
Emergency exit lights arm.
Emergency lights armed.
Emergency lights on.
Emergency lights on.
Dome light on.
Lighting lights turned on.
Speech off.
Yeah, well, we have no power right now, so well, obviously there is no lights. Okay, but let's try something else now. So yeah, menu switches. Probably he can even regulate those cockpit temperatures. I'm really not sure. Let's try this one. I've never tried it, and I'm not proficient enough pilot to know what it does. But let's try to tell him pack flow. So this is, I've never used this, but let's give it a try.
Listening.
Pack flow low.
Air conditioning pack flow set to normal.
Set air condition pack flow to high. Pack flow high, please.
Air conditioning pack flow set to high.
Pack flow low.
Air conditioning pack flow set to normal.
Pack flow low.
Air conditioning pack flow set to normal.
Speech off.
Okay, well, he doesn't want to set this to low unless he's not understanding me properly, whatever it might be. Well, some others I will show you once I start there. So, once I get some power to the aircraft. So, another thing, I think I show you this in this way, is you can set up certain flows, okay? You can set them up realistic, or you can set them up just the way you like it. So for example, I have a flow that I made up for myself. It's like a kind of cockpit preparation flow, right? And I will show you kind of how to do it later. So basically, I will say before flight, I come up with a phrase, okay? Whatever phrase will be ABC, and when I say that, he will do what I have programmed him to do in this flow. right? So you can program your own flows. Okay, so let's do a flow that I called before flight flow, and he will flip some switches for me the way I want them set up. Okay, so and then we can have him. So okay, let's turn him on.
Listening.
Before flight, please.
OK before flight flow. OK cancel flow.
Before flight flow, please.
OK before flight flow.
Yeah, so he understood. Now, while I'm
Speech off.
recording, his understanding is much worse than when I'm not recording. You see, he's flipping all the IRSs.
Confirm on.
Turn on all the
Before
fuel
flight
pumps.
cockpit preparation completed.
Right. So basically, in this pre-flight, what I have in that flow, what I have selected is to turn on emergency external power, turn on nav lights, which they were already on, so maybe they didn't move, cruise supply, set up IRSs, turn on fuel pumps, emergency lights on, and I believe no smoking sign. I have programmed in this flow, okay, and that's what he did. So now that we have the flow, actually I can just, now you can have him also set up certain things on your
Confirm preparing FMC.
Listening. Speech off.
yeah, I don't know why I keep saying something stupid there, but whatever. Okay, so you can have him, play with these things. Okay, well, not play with these, but let's say you want to set up an altitude or heading or speed or QNH. So let's see how he does with this.
Listening.
Set QNH 3000.
Setting altimeter 30.0 inches. Could I ask you to cross-check?
Speech off.
Now, he does this really shitty. I noticed lately he really sucks at it. Obviously, he didn't set it up to what I wanted it. Not sure, maybe I will let them know on that, whatever the people that make the thing can fix it, because yeah, that's definitely not 3000. Okay, but let's try some other things.
Listening.
Set speed 220 knots.
Setting speed 220.
Speech off.
So that's extra slow, but let's see if he does it. I'm not tuning nothing, he's doing it. And I don't think you can tell him to do something else while he's doing that. I think it's better off to it. It's not a perfect program. But for those of you that might like for me, I much prefer this over what I see the other Copilot program is. In the other ones, you just have to go by the book and that's it, right? And here I can just tell him shit and he will do it regardless of sequence, right? Now obviously we want to make it make sense, but okay. So
Listening.
set heading 080.
Selecting heading 080.
Set altitude 10,000 feet.
Setting altitude 10,000.
Set com1 120.95.
Com 1 120.95.
Start APU.
APU. Active now.
Speech off.
So, you see, quite a bit of thing. I haven't clicked anything yet, I think, in this cockpit. Okay, let's see this one. He can switch this shit too, so, you know, that's nice in VR when you're flying, or even not in VR. You can ask him to change the rows here. Let's try this one out, see how that works.
Listening.
Set HSI display to nav. Set display to plan.
Speech off.
Yeah, okay, so honestly, I've never done it, and I'm not sure how to do it, but he's not doing it when I'm telling him. Yeah, I've never done it. Okay, let's try something else. What does he call that thing? Hang on.
Listening.
ND range 40.
ND distance set to 40 miles.
ND display plan.
Nav display mode set to plan mode.
Speech off.
Okay, well that's what it is called properly, nav display. This is actually the first time I ever told him to do something like that. So yeah, so nav display. Well, that's what it is. The nav display. Okay, let's try something else here.
Listening.
Set nav display to ARC. Nav display ARC.
EFES button.
No. Nav display arc.
EFES button.
Set nav display to nav.
Setting LNAV turned on.
ND display arc.
ND mode set to map mode.
Speech off.
Okay, ND. I gotta learn. Yeah, I never actually really asked him to do that because I don't really change these, but so I mean when I do change it, I just change it by myself, right? Because I don't often flip between them over and over. So okay, let's try something else.
Listening.
ND display VOR.
EFES button been pressed. VOR.
ND display VOR. ND display nav.
EHSI mode set to nav mode.
EHSI mode VOR. HSI mode VOR. ND mode arc.
Nav display mode set to ILS mode.
Speech off.
Okay, definitely, but yeah, it can move. So as you can hear by his responses, there are different ways you can name the navigation display, right? And like I say, it's not perfect, and keep in mind when I'm recording, he is at his worst. Okay, there's many videos on which I'm yelling at him because he's just not doing something, but the reason for that is I'm recording. It's just, I don't know, too much strain on the resources that he's just screwing up. So let's set this ND display to something that makes sense.
Speech off. Listening.
Navigation display map.
OK, confirm. ND display off.
No.
Got it. Cancel command.
ND display arc.
Navigation display mode set to map mode.
F is button airport. F is button airport.
Speech off.
Okay, like I honestly never asked him to press those buttons. I seldom use them. But you know, obviously there isn't much. That's what I mean with this program. I don't know, unless I'm blind, but there isn't much documentation here what they could have called him, and you just gotta try different things, right? But yeah, so okay. Another thing, you can tell him to set up. I don't think he's gonna be able to do them right now because let's try.
Listening.
Auto brake max.
Auto brake set to maximum.
Speech off.
Yeah, so he did it, but because there is the systems that required for it are not on, it's not really doing squat. So what else okay, you can get him to set up your transponder.
Listening.
Set transponder 1256.
Transponder code 1256.
Transponder mode TARA.
Transponder TARA.
Speech off.
So there you go. You see, you can ask him all that stuff. Yet, so that's pretty neat. Those are the things he can do. So now we're gonna do another flow, and I'm gonna show you how to program it. And I just learned those things. So we're gonna have him press this button to request flight run. Now, well, actually, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make much sense because they will always be different. But you can teach him certain things here. Oh, okay. Another thing that comes, so you can get him to tell you weather. Okay, so let's try it.
Listening.
Get weather for Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha.
Let's see, please wait.
Speech off.
So it takes him a little moment and he should get
Eureka.
us weather.
Okay, good. Weather at Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. Listening to weather.
Meter at EPWA observed day 23/18/00 Zulu. Wind 150 degrees at 06 knots. Ceiling and visibility OK. Temperature 18, dew point 12 degrees Celsius. QNH 1012. No significant change.
Okay, and I think this is what it was. So let me.
Listening. Speech off.
Excuse me. Whoa. I can choke already. Okay, let's ask him this again. I just want to verify I wasn't listening.
Listening.
Get weather for Echo Papa Whiskey
1 minute,
Alpha.
please. I will check that, Captain. I am at my wit's end with this Whiskey Alpha. Okay, confirm.
Speech
Radio nav identifier or freak found it.
Yeah, he's gonna screw it up.
Listening to weather.
Meteor at VTBS observed day 23:18:00
just
Zulu.
yeah,
Wind
let's,
170
this is the
degrees
most
at
tricky one
06
to get him
knots.
to get you
Visibility
proper
more
weather.
than 10 kilometers.
Gotta say it
Few
in
clouds
a nice
at 2,000
sequence.
feet.
Well, let's
Temperature
just wait till he
28, dew
finishes
point
his
25 degrees Celsius.
blubber.
QNH 1010. No significant change. Listening.
Get weather for Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha.
Hang on for a second. Bingo. Okay, good. Weather at Echo Papa Whiskey Alpha. Listening to weather.
Meteor at EPWA observed day 23:18:00 Zulu. Wind 150 degrees at 06 knots. Ceiling and visibility okay. Temperature 18, dew point 12 degrees Celsius. QNH 1012. No significant change. Speech off.
So there you go. You can ask him for weather at any time. Yeah, it's very nice. Now you can let's set this up. This is kind of let's try anyways. So I'll show you how you set up that thing. So we're going to make a flow. Okay. So to make a flow, you open something they call Vox script. Whoops, I'm not supposed to click on this, for Christ's sake. Here. And you go new. And you name it. So I will name it well, actually this is not really how you name it. This is the comment you're gonna say for him to do it. Get flight plan. Okay, then you find this and you go and you edit this script now. So you're gonna tell him, sorry, so here when you say get flight plan, he's gonna reply something. So you said reply and you tell him, he's gonna say okay, 1 second, Captain, let me get this for you. So 1 second, Captain, let me get this for you. Okay, save, and once the task is completed, he's going to say okay, done. Let's say, right, whatever you want to put there. And once you've done that, you edit, you go to script, edit script. Now this one for me was kind of tricky, but it's actually easier than it seems. So basically we add a comment, and here you can type what you would say. Okay, there is a list of certain things you can choose from for him to do. Okay, now in our case, I am going to have him press R2 for init request. Okay, so now they are in the wrong sequence, right? So I just select the one I want to move it up. Okay, so you will see more in a second. So the first thing we want him to do, let me make that maybe a little bit smaller. let's do it this way for a second. Okay, so what we're gonna want him to do is press on that CDU LSK1, then he will have to press init. Okay. After that, we're gonna want him to press comments. Okay, so after that, we're now adding another comment, and now we're gonna have him press. So the init request would be RSK2. ls RSK2. Insert, save. Then he would have to. Sorry, you might not see I'm picking here. So basically, he would have to, let's say, type in the flight number. Now here we can set a pause because it will take a moment. Okay, so next one will be a pause. Number of seconds to pause, and let's say now it takes a little bit, so let's give it 8 seconds. See if that will be enough. Save. And the next one. So again, write CDU. Press. Your flight number. Now he will write the flight number, right? So W. So let's say the flight will be Wiz 97, for example. So another comment, press I. Insert. Another comment. Actually, sorry, that's not what I want to. I want it to be WZZ. Insert, save. So I'm going to delete that one. Remove item. Okay, another one. Same thing. Insert, save. Okay, well, I want him to press it twice. Okay, this is being kind of stupid. Okay, like we can enter pause. We can enter pause. Maybe 1 second. Save. And another command. Insert. Save. What about if I put it in here? Oh, okay, let's try. Yeah, what I'm trying to write is WZZ97 command. Insert, save. Alright, well, let's just do it WZ97, okay? I'm not sure why it's not letting you, but it's just an example. I really wouldn't do it because this is kind of stupid in a small way to do something like that, because well, your flight will change. You will choose a different number. So you know, really doing this kind of flow is kind of pointless, but it's just a proof of concept, right? That's the idea. That's why I'm doing it, really. Insert, save. Okay. And what else we can have him do? We can have him and then he will have to press LS3, LSK3. So command, press right LSK3, which is where LSK that would go. Insert. And what else? Oh, let's cost index. Let's say cost index 60. I just want to add quite a bit of shit in here to even see if it works properly. So another command, press 6. Usually the cost index I get from my plans is 60, so 6. Insert, save, command 0, insert, save, and he will have to press LSK5 for that at the end. Okay, let's see, command LSK5, insert, save. Okay, and well, you get the idea. So let's see how that works out. Okay, let's see how that works out. So get flight plan. This will be our command. Close. And the one thing, in order for it to, so it makes, well, no, it will make some sense because it does have some flight plan, although this is my flight plan from yesterday, which is actually the opposite way that I'm sitting today, but you know, whatever, doesn't matter. For proof of concept it shouldn't matter. So let's say what he does. And so he should be operating on this CDU. Hopefully you can see it well. So let's tell him.
Listening.
Get flight plan.
Okay, 1 Captain. Let me get 4 you.
Okay, that was a total fail. Total fail.
Okay, done.
Why it didn't work?
Speech off.
That was a total fail. So let's see that again. So this, and he should press init, but he didn't. Okay, so let's see if we can fix it. Okay, I'll show you one more time. So basically the problem was that this command originally said write CDU press select init. I removed the word select. When I remove the word select, it's write CDU press init. That works. Now you can also test it. Okay, will he press this button? So that's what I should have used that button from the beginning. But every time you do something like, but you know, recording video is kind of a pain in the ass. But if you press test, you will see if he actually does what you hope he will do, and if he does, well, then that's good. So that's how I fixed it, and it should work now. Let's hope so. So save that, save, close. Okay, remove this from the screen. Yeah, that's why I really wish somebody professional, that knows how to edit videos and make them nice would make a tutorial for those things, because I'm kind of all over the map. Um, okay, he's doing some fucking checklist now, so I'm gonna just tell him to stop that checklist. Cancel checklist.
Parking
Cancel
brake.
checklist.
Boss, confirm. Cancel the check. Is it really what I heard?
Yes.
Lovely. Checklist cancelled. Cap.
Speech off.
Okay, well, like I said, that's why that mute button is very important, because sometimes he will hear something, and so like if you don't plan on using him, have a button pre-programmed on your yoke to mute him, so he doesn't listen and starts doing stupid things. Okay, so let's see if it works today. I mean today. Let's see if it works today, if he's gonna get the flight plan properly. So okay, so you can see what I see. Okay, so I'm going to unmute him. I'm going to tell him to get the flight plan, and let's hope it works this time.
Listening.
Get flight plan.
Okay, 1 Captain. Let me get 4 you.
Speech off.
So yeah, he pressed it. He pressed very nice. Then he will enter the flight number. Yeah, and now he will enter cost index.
Okay, done.
Right, then obviously that was not the best example, I suppose, of using the flow routine, because, well, the flight number is likely to change on your flights, unless you want. Then you have the couple things pre-programmed, which on my flights I'm not so realistic, so I always put in the same flight number. So for me that might work, right? And
Closed and secured.
and he will do that, right? So that's great for me. And cost index
You're
from all
welcome.
my Simbrief flight plans, cost index always seems to be 60 is what I'm getting. I'm not sure if I set it up somewhere or not, but yeah. Okay, so let's move on to another thing. Another thing we're gonna do before start checklist. Okay, so I
Before
go back
start
here to show
checklist.
you again.
Cockpit preparation.
Listening. Speech off.
Cancel checklist. Okay, I'm seeing that. Yeah, like I say, when I record, there is issues. Like I said before, start checklist, and he already started doing checklist.
Cockpit preparation.
But let's see. So there are checklists available, okay, that are pre-made, and you can do them, okay. So let's go through that checklist. The one thing I'm gonna say, he does check whether the item is actually set the way it should be set. Okay, so it's not just pointless reading.
Cockpit preparation.
He will actually check, and if you tell him something is the way it's supposed to be, but it's not, that he will say, "Well, are you sure, buddy?" So let's go with this, and let me remove this. So yeah, let's go with the before start checklist. So
Listening.
Cockpit
complete.
preparation. Burrow reference.
Check.
ACARS.
Speech off.
Now I will pause here for a second. Most of my checklists are pretty basic, and I'm not huge on those. I mean, they're important. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that they're not. Of course they are, but I'm not at this level of proficiency. But you can set what you want your
ACARS.
response to be, and he will accept various. the default response for everything is check. Okay, so when you say check, he will go on and move on. I will show you later, hopefully, how to make the checklist, just briefly. Yeah.
Cars.
But I'm gonna answer to most of the things checked. Okay, you can also say other things, and you can configure what it is. Okay, so let's go on with that checklist.
Listening.
Checked.
Parking brake.
Check.
Fuel on board.
Check.
Init B.
Check.
Flex temp.
Speech off.
Now I will pause here. Now init B, obviously we didn't do it, right? So he clearly is not able to check it that we did it properly because we didn't write our weights or anything. I wonder if I can do it just
Flex temp.
Instant load of the aircraft, send to MCD, or just for the sake if needed later. There we've done that. So, and now let's do quickly just the takeoff. So you're gonna do a few more comments here. Sync load sheet, sync weather, calculate, send to MCD. Okay, so we did those things. Okay.
Flex temp.
Listening.
Check.
Takeoff speeds.
Check.
Pax signs.
Check.
Please check status again.
Speech off.
Okay, so he doesn't like the seatbelt signs are not on, and in the checklist is configured the seatbelt sign have to be on. That's why he doesn't, but he will actually fix it, so I'll show you how.
Listening. Speech off. Listening.
Check.
Check the item again.
Check.
Please check status again.
Check.
Check the item again.
Check.
Now set normally on beacon. Please check status again.
Speech off. Listening. Speech off.
Okay, so you saw how he fixed the seatbelt sign on. I purposefully took it off, so after he telling me a couple times check because this doesn't work, check
Beacon.
something not right, he ended up fixing it. Now same he will probably do with beacon, right, because it's an item on the checklist that's supposed to be in on position before starting the engines, and it's in off. So let's see how he works with this.
Listening.
On.
Beacon. Now set transponder.
Check.
All doors.
Check.
Before start checklist completed.
Speech off.
Okay, so well, there you have it. So I actually set on for beacon, so maybe he turned it on when I said on. I'm not sure here what he did, but it works out nice. I thought he was gonna be nagging me. I wonder if seatbelt was like this. We can do that checklist again and see what he does. So let's do that checklist. That's the thing. I can do it again. Okay, so let's give it a shot.
Listening.
Before start checklist.
Before start checklist. Cockpit preparation.
Complete.
Burrow reference.
Check.
Cars.
Check.
Parking brake.
Check.
Fuel on board.
Check.
Init B.
Check.
Flex temp.
Check.
Takeoff speeds.
Check.
Packs signs.
On.
Now set beacon.
Check.
Double check this, Captain.
Check.
Is the item really as you state?
On.
Now set transponder.
Check.
All doors.
Check.
Before start checklist completed.
Release parking brakes, please.
Speech off.
Okay, so as you see, when I told him on, he flipped it on without arguing, like with the seatbelt signs. But when I said check, he's like, well, no, something wrong. So check it. So this is pretty nice, right? And he did that pretty nice, and yeah, so that worked out very nice. Now I'm just kind of thinking how I should re-record that thing here I did, because it's like really took a very long time. I just leave it like that. Okay, so now I have GSX ready for pushing back and everything. So let's see how I can use the guy for this, which is actually pretty neat. Can tell him to do different things while you in sorry, just making sure you see kind of what I'm seeing. While you do other cool stuff, like watch what's going on. So GSX is asking for parking brakes to be released, and I am going to tell him to do just that, and let's hope he understands. Like I say, when I record, he has problems. When I just play by myself, he understands me much better, much quicker. I don't need to argue with him. So, but let's see what happens. Now, once also I want to mention, once you say the once you enable the voice recognition, always wait like a second or two to make sure the engine starts. I don't know if you can hear it, but I hear the voice which says, hopefully you hear it. I hear the voice which says listening and stuff. So, okay, I'm gonna see if you can hear that shit. I have to record the fucking whole video. Christ.
Listening.
Okay, yeah, you should be able to hear that stuff. Okay. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Speech off.
So there again, I will mute him, and yeah, I told him to release parking brake, and there we go. You see how nice it is. And oh, I never tried that. But you can sit with the guy here in the truck, and yeah, pretend we're doing the pushback too. That's pretty neat, eh? Imagine that. So yeah, let's tell him to start the engine.
Listening.
Start engine number 2.
Confirm engine start.
Yes.
Cheers. Starting number 2. Start valve open, engine 2, N2.
Speech off.
So there you go. You can, well, I don't know if you can, but I can already hear the engine spooling. There we go. We got rotation. He's gonna say a bunch of other things while at
Fuel
it.
flow, engine 2.
Listening.
Please set parking brakes.
Set parking brake.
Confirm parking brake on cap.
Yes.
Starter cut out. Engine 2. Thanks. Parking brake set.
Start engine number 1.
Start switch engaged. Engine 1. Start valve open. Engine 1. N2. Fuel flow. Engine 1.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 plus F. Starter cut out. Engine 1. Flaps
Flaps 2.
as required. Flaps 2.
Speech off.
So there you go. He set up the flaps for us. Started the engines. Seems like there, normal. Yeah, everything very nice, and yeah. So now let's see what else he can do once once he got this shit done. Okay, so let's do the after start checklist and see how that works out.
Listening.
After start checklist.
After start checklist. Ground equipment.
Check.
Anti-ice.
As required.
Flaps.
Check.
APU.
On.
Hydraulic yellow pump.
Check.
Trims.
Check.
Cabin doors.
Check.
ECAM status.
Check.
After start checklist completed.
Speech off.
So again, run through a few things. He normally checks the flap setting now, but I might not have done it properly, so he doesn't really know, because there's so many things I didn't do in this here. Yeah, flap's supposed to be 1. Now, if the flaps are on 0, oops, the hell? Okay, now so let's check something.
Listening.
Flaps up.
Flaps 0.
Not sure why I couldn't move it. After start checklist.
After start checklist. Flaps retracted. Check. Ground equipment.
Check.
Anti-ice.
Check.
Flaps.
Check.
APU.
Check.
Confirm.
On.
Hydraulic yellow pump.
Check.
Trims.
Check.
Cabin doors.
Check.
ECAM status.
Check.
After start checklist completed.
Speech off.
Okay, so basically what I wanted to do here, I'm not sure why he didn't, but he normally, probably because I didn't set it up properly, all the takeoffs and everything, so that's why it's messed. But many times when I actually don't have the flaps set properly, he will say, well, no, something is wrong, unless it's for takeoff. It might be for takeoff. Let's try to do before takeoff checklist and a few more things.
Listening.
Auto brake max.
Auto brake set to maximum.
Arm spoilers.
Spoilers armed.
Before takeoff checklist.
Before takeoff checklist. Flight controls.
Check.
CAS.
Check.
Departure briefing.
Check. Complete. Complete.
Takeoff data and FMA.
Check.
Flaps.
Check.
ECAM memo.
Check.
Takeoff runway.
Check.
Strobes.
Check.
PAX.
Check.
Before takeoff checklist completed.
Check.
Speech off.
Okay, so probably because I didn't set up the FMC properly, you know, I was just messing around with stuff. This is probably why he did not alert me that flaps are not set to takeoff position. Okay, but normally he does. Normally, when if I do it properly, he will say, well, no, something wrong with flaps, and I have to set it to the proper position, and then we okay. So let's a few more things now that the engines are started. You see how he started everything. A few more things you can ask him to do. Just see, it's not about how to fly properly. It's to show what he can do. So let's a few more things I do.
Listening.
Turn off APU. APU off.
Confirm APU off.
Yes.
Lovely. APU off.
APU bleed off.
Confirm APU off.
Yes.
I appreciate APU already off.
Speech off.
Okay, so he didn't kind of want to do that. Now again, maybe I'm not using proper, you know, name for this APU bleed, and that's why he just thought APU, well, it's already off, blah blah blah, right? But like I said, so many things here I tried the first time ever. Okay, so let's say another thing.
Listening.
Flaps 1.
Flaps 1 plus F.
Check takeoff configuration.
Takeoff configuration test. Flaps as required.
Takeoff configuration test. Takeoff configuration test.
Speech off.
Okay, I'm not sure what's his problem now.
Listening.
Test takeoff configuration.
Takeoff configuration test.
Speech off.
Okay, so you saw all that. So another thing I can show you is another like flow that I set up, for example, after landing flow, right? So let's mess things up here, right? So certain things, because after landing it's like usually busy, so I did an after landing flow for him to do. So let's say after landing I would have full flaps. I might have spoilers extended.
Master caution.
They're not gonna be like that. But well, let's see what he does, right? Let's see what he does. What he's supposed to do is turn on the APU for me, raise the flaps, change the landing lights from landing lights off, and put taxi lights only on and stuff like that. So turn off the anti-ice and turn on the APU. So well, let's see how to. So the flow that I programmed here, the little useless flow that took so much time, but we got it figured out what's wrong. That's another like useful flow kind of that I programmed. So let's give it a shot.
Listening.
After landing flow.
After landing checklist. Exterior lights.
Cancel checklist.
Okay, confirm. Did you mean stop reading the checklist?
Yes.
Okay, Captain. Checklist cancelled. Cap.
After landing flow.
After landing checklist.
Speech off.
Exterior lights.
Okay, he's being a dick.
Listening.
Cancel checklist. Cancel checklist.
Okay, confirm. Want to discard checklist?
Yes.
Good. Checklist cancelled. Captain. Exterior lights.
Speech off.
Okay, let's try that again. I'm gonna rename that. Okay, so the script that I made is oh, stupid me, because I renamed it and I forgot. After landing, please. Right. There is a procedure, for example, that you get with a program, right? So you can edit that procedure to see what they do, right? So they turned on APU, spoilers down, slots retract. You know, they do all those things. And mine is pretty much the same. So I don't know what's my, or did I add? I think I added something. What did I add in mine? Or transponder to standby engine. Yeah, pretty much the same. But those are the things. Oops, sorry. Okay. So yeah, you didn't see it. Sorry about that. One more time. So I go here and my after landing please. Okay, because I don't know, I kind of do my own. Those already come with, okay, they are preset different flows, and you can edit them and you know, see if you like them. Let's say they have a begin APU procedure, right? So you want to see what that is, so you go to edit and edit script. So what it is: system display fuel, all fuel pumps on, display the APU on, ground power off, right? So there you go. There's a flow that's already done for you. There's many of them. You know, there's cockpit preparation. Let's see what this one has. I did not do that. This is done by them. So edit, and there you go. So this is PDF on, ND on. And that doesn't make sense because they kind of come on automatically. IRS is to nav. Notify, like there are commands also. Notify. That will mean he will say that, okay? He will say something. And there you go. He will do all those things that are listed on that list, right? So you can go pretty nice and realistic. You know, me, like I say, I'm more of a armchair pilot, so I don't go through this level, through this depth, you know. So I get some little simple things that just help me. So after landing, please. So this is what I want to try now. So similar like I did here, the get flight plan that we were doing. I made myself little after landing, please, right? Except I have to say it after landing, please, not after landing flow, because there is no after landing flow, and he just did a checklist instead. That's what was happening. Okay, so like I say, you can make them as complicated as you want or as simple as you want. So let's give it a shot. Let's see how it works. Okay.
Listening.
After landing, please.
After landing, clean up. Okay, cancel flow.
After landing, please.
After landing, flow. APU on.
Speech off.
Spoilers disarmed. Slats retracted. Transponder standby. Engine anti-ice 1 2 off. Wing anti-ice selected off. Landing lights off. Taxi lights switched on. After landing procedures complete, Captain.
Listening. Speech off.
Okay, so there you go, right? And he actually read all that he did in this procedure. And yeah, and there you go. I think there is an option somewhere to to enable or disable that he says every item. I don't recall right now. I'm sure there is some manual, but yeah. Now, so I'm gonna show you another thing just for the end of it. Oh my god, hour and a half tutorial. Not tutorial, that's long as heck, but okay, whatever. So I'm going to show you what the checklists look like. Let's switch here to this. Okay. I'm gonna find where my checklists are. Okay, what is it? Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. So basically in in the installed directory of Flight Simulator, you have a lot of checklists. Okay, and okay, so so there is your where the program is located. Sorry, yeah, well, the program is located, and that's where the checklist. So the checklist I'm using for this, they are made by them. They called Finex A3XX check text. Okay, so you will find that here. Come on, where the heck are you? There you go. Okay, let me hide this. Okay, so there you go, there is a checklist. Okay, and it's basically just a text file. Okay, and he will say this thing, he will say cockpit preparation, and he expects the answer complete. Again, remember, check is for everything, right? If you don't remember, so borrow reference, set, or you can say check. And there are certain things that he expects to be in certain ways. So pax signs on, and you remember how he was complaining they weren't on. But if you say, but it seems, and actually that's new, I didn't see, when you say on, he will turn it on. Okay, right? But he expects on. Now if you set check and they were on, it will pass, it's okay. But if you say check, as you saw, and they were off, well, that's not gonna work. Seriously? Oh no, okay. for a moment I thought it wasn't recording my voice. And then there again you have you have after start, before takeoff, after takeoff, all checklists, and you can just make your own, right? You can write any in these. Actually, you can write anything. You can write I don't know, approach checklist, my wife is home as required, and it will be fine. However, he will probably not be able to verify whether your wife is at home or not. If you said my wife at home equals on, well, he not gonna know. But yeah, like things like engines off, he will probably know. The engines are on, buddy. There's something not right. So that's how checklists are made, and yeah. And then you can just select these checklists. Here you can change and choose a different checklist. Maybe you make your own, whatever. And here, that's probably the most useful thing of this window, is where it tells you what checklists are there, so you can go in sequence them. But again, you can go in any sequence. No, obviously it doesn't make sense to go in different sequence, but I suppose you could. Yeah, there's ATC, so it's you can link it with your sim brief, so it will download your flight plan. Now there is another thing also. It has a mechanic and it has a purser. I do not know how to use them. I do not use them. I never used them. For my mechanic, I have GSX that does everything, and a purser, I don't know what's the point of him. So I do not use these people, right? Mechanic, purser, and it also have a flight engineer, but that aircraft doesn't require flight engineer. So there is more to it yet. Like I said, I wish somebody pro made a really nice tooth on this program, and that can get more people using it, because their website is literally 1992. Now, yeah, even the interface of the program is like 1992, but you know what? I don't have a problem with that, because like I say, I never use it. You set it up, you forget it. The only thing you can use here is like this here, so it will tell you, what checklist is, just in case you forget. And you use like when you do your scripts, right? So you use this area. But to be honest, why does it need to be better? You don't use it. I think the resources are better spent in in improving the software in other areas than make a pretty looking window, right? And honestly, the way I run it, after I started, that's my window. And I'm in VR. I never see it. I never look at it. The only time sometimes I look, make sure that the mute microphone is this little mute microphone. Make sure that this is on. So like I say, so he doesn't mess me around, mess up stuff for me. I gotta fix it. Shit. Oh my god. Right, but yeah, and that's it. So yeah. Anyways, I think this is it. It's an hour and a half review. Oh my god, maybe I will edit some of those things there when I screwed up. I kind of wish I didn't, but I'm gonna leave it. So then, if somebody's paying attention to it, that will kind of show you how mistake was fixed, right? So I maybe at the end I just again say with this Vox script, right? Like when you make like what we did here, this get flight plan. Alright, so this is the script we made. When you add new thing, new command, right, like it says this, but you can really just type something, right? So you can type press LSK uh, 4. No, hang on, so 4. Oh, you have to actually 4. Okay, now that might not work. Okay, so so you can do tests, right? So you can test it. Will that one? This is difficult for me to do. Actually, okay, hang on. Let's, because it's important which FMC, right? So or CDU. So left. So you have to tell him left CDU, press something, right? And what I'm trying to say here is, you don't always have to choose it from the list. You can actually say something, right? So like when you would tell him, so oh, come on, really? Okay, cancel. Now my keyboard is getting stupid. Anyways, you get the point, like, right? Like it says here, right CDU, press RSK2. It's, if you said it to him, he would do that, right? But here you just write it, okay? So write CD, I can tell him to do that, and he will do it. Okay, let's see. Okay, let me hide this shit off. No, yeah, this off. Okay. Okay, so left. Oh wait, I got it. Unmute.
Listening.
Left CDU, press direct.
Got it.
Left CDU, press init.
Roger.
Left CDU, press 3.
Yep.
Left CDU, press 3. Left CDU, press 3.
Okay.
I want him to press this.
EFEE's button been pressed.
Left CDU, press 2.
Got it.
Left CDU, press 3.
Okay.
Left CDU, press 5. Left CDU, press 3.
Affirmative.
Left CDU, press 5.
Yeah?
Left CDU, press 5.
Yep.
Okay.
Speech off.
Obviously he's not understanding my 3. Maybe he means I want him to press a 3, not 3. So well, that's why you have those comments. But if I go to the comment, like, just so you can see, I'm not gonna so let's say I'm gonna choose that. So comments, and I'm gonna type left CDU, press 3. Okay, let's I'm gonna click on test, see if it works. Oh, because I have to. Oh my gosh, what's going on? Okay. Well, he clearly has a problem of 3. What about 4? What about 2? Okay, well, I don't know. Yeah, he doesn't want to press nothing. What a prick.
Listening.
Left CDU, press 2.
Roger.
Left CDU, press 5.
Affirmative.
Left CDU, press 3.
Okay.
Left CDU, press 3.
Okay.
Speech off.
Okay, well, yeah, well, it doesn't seem to work properly, so not sure why, but I'm not sure why I cannot even test it properly. Like I should be able to be in here. So where is that our thing we made? Get flight plan, edit script. Press 9. Edit. Okay, I'm gonna see if we press 9. Is he gonna press 9? Yeah, no, he's not pressing 9.
Listening.
Left CDU, press 9.
Roger.
Speech off.
Well, I don't know. When I tell him he pressed it, when this tells him he didn't press. Anyways, well, you get the point. Like, it's not perfect, but it can work. It does work. So yeah, so I guess that'd be all. Is there any chance he can press the fucking 3 for the end?
I believe we're clear of traffic, Captain.
Right CDU, press 3.
Got it.
Left CDU, press 3.
Sure.
Left CDU, press 3.
Yep.
Ah, you prick. Okay, well, he doesn't want to press 3.
Listening.
Oh yeah, but yeah, there you have it. So there you go. Okay, enjoy it. They have I think they have a free demo that works. I don't know if it works for a number of flights or number of days. I don't remember right now, but yeah, no, it's neat. It's neat. You can try it. Okay. Hope you enjoyed it. See ya.